How's it going, guys? It is Ryan and welcome to episode 3 of our Dirt Rally Ultimate Career Mode, where we will try to win all 3 disciplines on this game at the highest level. We're into our next round of the championship. We've been promoted from the junior class. We're now in the clubman class in the rallycross, and we'll see how we're going to do for that one. And let me know, guys, in the comments below, would you like to see a face cam on the episodes from future races and stuff as we go through the championship? So without further ado, let's head now to Sweden once again for the first round of 3 in the Clubman Championship, and we're going to be doing something else afterwards. We're going into a different car, a brand new car. But for the meantime, we're in Sweden, as I said, in Hojes, I can't pronounce it. But this time we're on the Clubman layout, so it's a bit different from the junior layout that we had in the previous episode. So we'll see how that goes as we're on straight to race number 1 for this one. And visibility once again will be a pain. And the lights out and away we go for the first race. Different starting position as well, I forgot to mention here. So this is the official layout as somewhat, as we've made some contact there with Flores. And we're going to take the Joker lap straight away. Now this is the actual Joker lap used in the official rallycross races here. And the difference to the Clubman to the official is you go this way round, so you don't get as much tarmac. And you cut already half the track. As we're going back now towards the final stage of the lap with a tight little chicane here. Coming back on, and we're in 4th place, so not really lost that much time there to the pack here. As we're going to be coming to the final corner now, as the Flores is braking a bit too early for that corner, so we'll just get through him and up to 3rd place as we start lap number 2 of this race, as the 2 cars in front of Evans and Conti have pulled away. Interesting car choices. Conti, I believe, is in a Renault Clio, and Evans is in a Peugeot, so we should really be on the same pace as him. But Conti's already done his Joker, and he's maintained the gap, so we had a bit of a poor start to the second lap from us as we take a bit of a cheeky corner cut there, which really slows us down there. So if you do cut, don't, because you're going to lose so much time on there. But we take a nice chicane there as we're right onto the back of Conti. Now, will he brake early like we saw with Flores? And he does so, so we're going to do another late brake move. But we're just too wide and we can't make the move stick. So we have to stay behind him as we go on to lap number 3, with Evans still leading, with Conti in 2nd and us in 3rd. With Flores there in 4th, quite a few seconds back, and we get a nice exit there. Just a bit of oversteer, pushing us a tad wide as Evans completes his Joker lap and still maintains the lead of the race. As Conti just goes a bit wide there, a bit of a drift there from him, and again leaving the door open for us on the outside, coming to this next corner, but he just can't get the move done, and we have to stay in position as we're going to be coming now towards the final lap, as Conti has a massive tank slapper out of the chicane, which will give us a chance to pass him now round the outside into the final corner. But can we make it stick? It looks like we have so far, but we've just gone a bit wide, giving Conti the room on the inside to maintain 2nd place as we start the final lap of this race here. Going a bit airborne, making slight contact there with Conti's right rear, but we just about hold it on somehow. I don't know how we did that, but we continue on now as we come towards the final corner. Just brake too late there, locking the tyres and going straight into the back of Conti, so we keep position for him on there as we come towards the final stages of this first race. It's been a cracker of a race so far between us and Conti. Flores, I have no idea where he is because he's too far back, but it looks like Evans will take the win in the first race. We tried to do the same again, just really smacking the back of Conti there, but it's not going to do any favours. We will finish 3rd in the first race of the first round of our Clubman Championship, as we'll go straight now to race number 2 here. As an interesting fact, we've got the fastest lap as well, so that puts us in good stead for race number 2. It's the same people, but we've got a newcomer in here with Hughes. As the lights are on, away we go for race number 2, and we have a poor start once again. And visibility, as you can see, I just don't know where the line is, the racing line from there, as Hughes now jumps from 4th to 1st, which is a cracker of a start for him, and takes his Joker lap as well, gets it out of the way, and just pops out just ahead of us there. So a bit of a poor start from us there, trying to regain time back on the rest of the pack on there, as we come now towards the halfway stage of the first lap, and Hughes is already onto the back of Conti, who is our rival from that nice battle we had, that ding-dong battle on there, as we come towards the end of the first lap here in Sweden for race 2, and we take a diving inside move on Hughes, who went wide in the final corner, so we're up to 3rd now. I don't want really 2 second, 3rd places there, so get a bit of airborne there over the curb as Conti takes his Joker, and we will take our Joker lap following him on there. As we take a nice entry, Conti's hit the wall on the inside there, so that's not what I wanted to see at that stage, as we're going to try and get past him here on the inside, but we can't get it done as Hughes is up to second now after me and Conti make joke laps. We lock up a bit, losing a bit of time to Conti, so we're struggling here on this layout. Bit of a shock really to go towards this Clubman from the juniors, so it's a bit step up there. We break a bit too late there going to the side of Conti, but we'll give him the position back and retain the pace, the gap it was. But contact's gone to lap number 3 here, and Conti once again breaks late. We hit the stones there on the right hand side, and that will probably cement us 4th place. Not the best of starts for us here, but we never know. Conti may have damage of some sort, but we may have some suspension damage from hitting those fine selection of stones on the left hand side before the Joker lap, so may bite us in the backside there. But Conti's struggling a bit on there, so we have a bit of a tank slapper once again as we come towards the final lap of race number 2. It's going to be a bit of a dismal one for us. Evans will not make it 2 out of 2. It looks like Hughes, who comes out of nowhere, joining us from the first race. He was in the second split, and he looks like he's going to win this race from here. So we're still battling with Conti, round 2 basically of this battle we had earlier on from race 1. So can we hold him off? I don't think we will. It would be a shame really here, as once again we take a bit too much curb there, losing us a bit of time on there. But we get good exits out of this chicane. Bit of a tank snapper, and Hughes will take the win quite comfortably over Evans, it seems, with Conti going to come home once again in 3rd, and we're going to be coming home in stone dead last. Bit of a shock for us there from the pace we had in the first race, so need to really concentrate more on maintaining a good pace. We finished in 4th, as I said, overall in terms of the pace, and we were off by the fastest lap by quite a margin, so a bit disappointed with that. But we need to focus now for race number 3 here. We're still in the top split, and it's once again the same 4 from race 2, so here we go again. The rights are out and away we go. We get a bit of a better start than before, but the top 3 just pull away once again, and they all make contact there, all trying to avoid. So we're going to try and go around the outside on there and take the Joker lap now, as I heard a bit of contact, so I just took the initiative to take the Joker now, but we tapped the wall there, so we're back to 4th once again. We thought we could have got Hughes there, but it wasn't going to happen on those. He goes actually wide, so we could try and get him on the outside there. Bit of contact made between the 2 of us, but we get away with it on there. Hughes taking a lot of handbrake there, and we're just going to take that candy from a baby, and we're up to 3rd place, so it's a decent start from us there. And so we're going to be now going through the final corner to start lap number 2 out of 4 here in Sweden for race number 3, as 42.2 for Conti, and Evans is only 7 tenths behind, so nice battle between the 2, as Evans actually will take his Joker lap now, as Hughes does as well. And can we just get ahead of Evans? We do so. So up to 2nd place, but we just lock up a bit and go wide out of that corner, and we maintain 2nd place. So it's a decent start from us here. A lot of improvement from the first race we did around here, so we need to really pick up this pace up, maintain this mid-38s to stand any chance really of winning this race on there, as Conti still yet to take his Joker lap as we go on to the 2nd half of this race in race number 3. We're only 8 tenths behind Conti and 2 seconds ahead of Evans, so Evans must have made a mistake there along with Hughes. As we lock up there, very wide we go, nearly going into the Joker lap there, as Evans will go past us there, so a bit of a mistake from us there. But we are in 3rd place with Hughes now overtaking us on the inside, so we're dropped to 4th, so that little mistake has cost us dearly. But we're going to try and hook it around the outside now of Evans going into the chicane, and we do so. So we're back up to 3rd now. Can we catch up to Evans and get 2nd place on there? Bit annoyed because we could have had a chance of winning this race here, but we're going to try and break late and try and go around the outside of Evans, but we just make a slight bit of contact there as we go on to the final lap now of race number 3. Been a bit of a poor start to this episode for us, so I do apologise for my lack of pace on as we can go down the inside now, taking a gamble with the stones, pushing it a bit wide there, but we managed to get past Evans and up to 2nd place we go. So Conti still leading in that Renault Clio from the 2 Peugeots. So the Peugeots are actually there's a lot of Peugeot drivers in this series, so I do apologise for not picking the right car for you guys. So on there, but next episode I'll explain at the end. We'll see how it goes on there. As we come towards the final corner, we will come home not in 3rd, not in 4th, but 2nd place. So it's a big improvement, especially from race 2 where we finished stone dead last. So bit better for us there, but the Renault Clio looks quick round Sweden, something to take into consideration there. And actually it's a Vauxhall as well. We've got a Vauxhall Corsa in here, or an Opel on there. So we're going to go on to the final race of qualifying now, race number 4. As I believe it's the same 4 again, once again for the 3rd race in a row. The lights are building now, and away we go for race 4, the final race of qualifying. And we are certain to qualify for the semi-finals, so we need to get a decent performance going into that semi-final race on there. And once again, we'll take the Joker lap straight away, get out of the way, as there's all 3 of them are all dangled up together in a ding-dong battle. So we're going to see if we can hold them off. So we are just about behind the 2, the Peugeot and the Vauxhall, so quite chuffed really to be that close to especially Hughes, who's been the surprise package of this split in these 3 races, moving up from the 2nd split from the 1st race and winning the straight away in race 2. So it's been a bit of a surprise package here. But we're going to try and go around the outside now of Hughes up to 3rd place, but he just can't get it done, do we? So we're still in 4th place as we go on to lap number 2. Some of these will take the Joker lap now, and both Evans and Hughes take their Joker laps as Conti continues. So Conti maintains the lead, but we go past Hughes and also Evans as well. Maybe it's side by side, bit of contact made between the 2 of us, but we managed to hold it around the outside of him going into the before the chicane, and we're up to 2nd place as Conti will continue to lead this race, who obviously won the last race in race 3. So we're going to have to see if we can pull something out of the hat here and try and win a race in qualifying, as I think we've not done that in quite a bit, so in a few races. So we would have liked to get a win under our belts for this race, and luckily we don't make a mistake we did in the last one. And we're just behind Conti now as we come into this braking zone for the final half of lap number 3 here in Sweden, as we're going to try and hook it there, but there's just no room there to make a pass. And we're pulling away from Evans and Hughes as well, so that's always beneficial. But Evans has had a good run through the chicane and is right on the back of us here, as we're going to come towards the final corner to start the final lap of qualifying for the semi-finals. And we're going to go and take the lead around the outside, but there's just no room really around the outside to hold it. So we maintain 2nd place as the final lap is now begun. And we're going to try and give it all the beans there as we're right in the back of Conti, just giving him a bit of a tap to say we are there. He's had a bit of a moment there, but we're going to try and go around the outside of him into this corner. But we're just too wide out of that corner as Conti maintains the inside, and we'll hold on as we have a massive tank slapper there as we spin it nearly. We managed to hold it just about, and Conti will win this race, it looks like. And we're holding on somehow, holding on to 2nd place with that weird moment there for us. Just hitting the curb and putting too much power on with no traction control, and the car just spins round. But we're going to come home in 2nd place to qualify for the semi-finals, as I said. And the question is, who's going to be in our split? Would it be these 4 once again? And Minami from Group B was the 3rd quickest, and something to take this away with the 2nd quickest overall, as Hughes pipped us by a 1/10 of a second on there. So it's going to be very interesting, this semi-final on there. As you can see, who has qualified and who hasn't. It's the top 12 go through to the semi-finals out of 16, as we will now go towards that semi-final race right now. As the revs are building, the semi-final, we're in the top split, and we just make a bit of a bad mistake there and do a jump start. So we have to take another Joker lap. It's the 2nd time we've done this in the series, so it is a bit annoying. So straight away, I take the Joker lap and get it out of the way. As someone is in the pits, not in the pits, what am I saying? It took the Joker lap as well. Conti took the Joker lap. So that's beneficial, I guess. As we go around the outside of someone, I don't know who it was, but we're into 2nd place. As we've got Roussillon, I've probably got that wrong. I'm so bad at pronunciations here. Rossiel, whatever. We'll call him Roos. Roos is better. Who's in the Peugeot, as he's gone a bit wide there. So we're going to take the inside and maybe take the lead of the race, which is something I would not ever say legitly, as he goes very wide out of that corner. And we will take the Joker lap again straight away. And someone else has taken the Joker lap. I think it was Roos, so he took his Joker lap, and we still lead the race, which, considering we've had 2 Joker laps, I don't know how that's possible on there. So we're halfway through the race. We're maintaining this pace of a 38.5, which is pretty decent, I would say, for us. And the gap, there's a massive gap behind, so we can just bring this home now. I don't know what's happened. There's been a bit of contact or whatever between the drivers, but there's a bit of a gap now. So it looks like we will go through to the final, it seems, unless we have a massive crash or have a massive moment. But Wojcik will go in for his Joker lap now, as it's going to be very interesting to see who comes through this semi-final and goes into the final. We look like we're going to be in that final, which is going to be fantastic for us in our last race, really, at Sweden for quite a bit, as we're going to go to Lydden Hill for the second round of the championship, as we're going to come into the final corner to start the final lap of this race. And we just go a tad wide, but we maintain a decent lead over Rusinol, which is 2.1 seconds, so pretty decent pace from us here. Still in the 38s, which is always good to see. There's a lot of dust emerging here, so I don't know what's happened up here. Maybe someone's had a moment and all the dust is still settling, but the visibility is a massive issue, especially going into the final with 6 cars, and Rusinol is actually catching up with us, so something to maybe consider for the next race. We need to watch him in the final, as Conti will qualify as well for the final, it seems. But we're going to come through the final corner, bit of a drift there and a bit of oversteer, pushing us wide, and we will maintain the position and win our first race of the episode. Took 5 attempts, but we managed to get one in on there, as we will qualify to the final. Mercier, Evans and Hughes qualify from the second semi-final, and now it is time for the final of this race. 6-lap sprint, as I've mentioned, so the revs are building. The final of this first round of the Clubman Championship, and away we go. And it's a decent start from us. We actually hold on to position. Actually, no, we don't. We lose position. We're down to 3rd place, as Mercier will take the lead of the race, and we will take our Joker lap. And actually, Mercier and Rusinol made contact with each other, and I think Mercier was going to try and do a Joker lap, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. We're the only ones to make the Joker laps. We made contact with Mercier, who's had a poor first lap. Was supposed to take the Joker lap, but got hit, and then he got hit by someone. I think it was Evans who made contact with him and drops to stone dead last, and he's still got to take a Joker lap as well, so it's a bit unfortunate. But we're going to late break Conti round the outside, and didn't really work out for us, so we're back to 5th still as we start lap number 2 out of 6 here, as we're going to try and brake really late here, as 3 cars go in for their Joker lap. So it's Evans, Hughes and Conti, as we're going to go past all of them and back up to 2nd place we go, as Rusinol is now the man in the lead of the race, and he's got quite a nice gap as well of about 3 seconds to us. So we've got a lot of work to do if we're going to catch up to him on there. So we'll see how this goes. He's going to do a nice jump there towards the final corner, as we're going to try and catch up just a bit wide there, which is not what we want to see, as we're going to now go onto the halfway stage of this race, this grand final here in Sweden. And Rusa, I'm going to get this name wrong. I really apologise when I'm watching this, who's French or how you pronounce that name. But he is still leading the race with us in 2nd, Hughes in 3rd and Evans in 4th. We've got a decent gap behind of about 4/10 of a second, so nothing really to worry about at this stage, as we have a massive tank stopper out of the chicane. Evans has a bigger moment there, as we saw in the mirror on there. So we're going to start lap number 4, the second half of this grand final here in Sweden once again, as the gap is 3.3 seconds, so we actually gained a bit of time there on Rusinol. I'm so bad at these names, I tell you. But anyway, we're going to come now over the jump now, and he's still not taking this Joker lap, so it's going to be next lap or the next one after, or he will be given a time penalty, and that will give us the win, but I don't think he's going to do that. His spotter will probably be telling him to do his Joker lap as this lap or next lap anytime soon. But the gap is relatively the same, so we're not really gaining as much time, which is quite disappointing from us, considering we've been doing decent pace throughout this this episode. But we do a 38.4, as I mentioned that, so we've gained half a second on him, so maybe we have a sniff of a chance here, unless he makes a mistake or does his Joker lap. But I don't think he's done his Joker lap actually, so he just pops out ahead of us there. So we really need to push now and see if we can catch him up, but I don't think it's going to be possible. It's too far. He's too far away to mount an attack on him. But Hughes is actually catching up to us, as you can see on the relative, so quite worried actually, but nothing really major to be concerned about at this point. As we do the jump again, as we start now the final lap now of this final in Sweden. Look, it looks like we're going to get another 2nd place on there in this round, so it's going to be very, very very positive going into the next round at Lydden Hill in England on the Clubman layout of race number 2. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we do in the second episode, in the fourth episode actually, round England in Lydden Hill on a longer layout actually of the junior circuit, which we did in the first episode. So we'll see how that goes, but we're getting ever so closer to Rusanov, but it's too little too late, and he will come home to win this meeting in Sweden and the first round of the championship. But we will come home in a decent second place on there, so I was very happy with that, and it puts us in good stead for the next round of the championship. We did get the fastest lap by quite a margin, by a second actually, so that put us in a good mood going into the next round of the championship. It's a Peugeot 123 in the standings as well, which is always good as well on there. But we'll be going now to Lydden Hill for the next round of the championship, and that will be the next episode. Let me know again in the comments below if you want to see cockpit, a webcam, face cam for the next round of the championship. But until next time, guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for new content. Until then, guys, we shall see you for episode 4. Until then, have a great day, guys, and I shall see you soon. Take care.